Hello students, welcome to another video. So in this video we'll be discussing about this diagram. What do you understand with this diagram? So here we are discussing about the interface. What is interface? Interface is nothing but the layer where we interact with the system. Because suppose you have a remote, you can see a remote in my hand. So these are the actually buttons which actually makes the interface. Interface the layer, communicating layer or the communication layer. You don't go to the internal things and you just use those buttons for operating the remote. Like that you see these switches here. So you don't go to the wiring and all these things. You are given these switches. So this is the interface for this wiring or for these appliances in my home. You have phone. So in the phone you can see the buttons are there. You can see the screen, touch screen is there. So with this touch screen I can operate the phone. So this is actually called interface, where we interact with the system, with the machine, and that layer we call interface, user interface. So here in the PC you can see this is the interface and this is the background, you can say. Here we see we can use mouse, we can use keyboard, and we can give our instruction on this screen, and the instruction will be taken on this screen, and inside there are so many things we already started discussing in our different videos. So computer, software, and user and hardware. So see, there are two types of interface in the system. One is called graphical user interface, another one is called character user interface in the computer. So what is graphical user interface? Let me first discuss about it, because you know it better, right? So you use phone. So in the phone you can see things, na? You see there is a button, play button, you see there is a slider, progress slider, you see there is another button, you see back button, you see you can scroll like this. So these are the interface where you use the the screen, use components which you can visualize, which you can understand by watching what is there. This is called graphical user interface. So in the graphical user interface, you remember, suppose you want to use calculator. So in the calculator you see there are buttons in the software. The calculator you use 1, 2, 3, these are the buttons, 0 to 9, you plus button. So you hit that button with the mouse. So these are the button where the result comes. It is a kind of text box or label. So a graphical user interface is an interface where the user actually see all these things on the screen, and by understanding, by like in our natural world, in our real world, we see things and we kind of use that. Suppose this is a button, I see it and I hold it. So it's not like something in the concept. We can directly see that. We can see the phone, we can see the remote, we can see the TV. Like that, in the computer, inside the computer you see things. It's not like only text. So if the interface is through text only, we call it character user interface or text user interface or command user interface, where you have no graphics, you have no components to see, like you do not have icons, you do not have buttons, you do not have list, you do not have any kind of radio buttons, you do not have drop down buttons, you do not have any labels, you just have only the text. So this is what is called the graphical user interface, and this is called the character user interface. So what is better for us? Definitely the graphical user interface is better for the user, because this is very user friendly. User just see and use it. And what is different, what is critical about the character user interface? Whatever you have to do with the computer, you have to memorize commands. List of commands will be there, and you will type the command, and accordingly the result will come in a text format. So that is called character user interface. For example, Windows, what the software Windows we use, that Windows software, Windows 10, Windows 11, these are all graphical user interface. It started from Windows 95. From that time, before that there was MS-DOS. Microsoft DOS operating. So there people used to memorize the commands, like we used to learn as a part of computer learning, that MS Office, MS DOS commands. Like if you want to create a folder, you have to write command. If you want to copy something from this folder to that folder, you have to write command. If you want to suppose create a text file, you have to write commands like that. So but now see, if you started using computer, you can see, or you already use your phone, everything you see on screen, everything is like graphically represented. So graphically represented things are very much easy for user to understand, user to use that system. So that's why graphical user interface is very much user friendly. So now let's go to the next section. So see, this is represented with so many things. This is the Windows 7 I am showing here. See, we can see things. There are start menu, there are buttons, there are taskbar, all these things are displayed, there are buttons, so we can use our mouse and we can actually use. So this way the graphical user interface components are actually, see, these all are kind of like you see and you use. Very basic thing but very important. To come to this state in a computer science generation evolution, it took lot of time to come to this graphical user interface, so that user can experience a better system with a better user friendly interface. So you can go to the history of graphical user interface, character user interface. You can note it down and you can start browsing about it. You will find the story of Microsoft, you will find the story of Apple, you will find so many other companies they worked. So this is the thing I was talking about. This is MS DOS, you can see. So there you can actually write commands. There is no graphical window. Okay, this is the operating system and this is the interface which you have to use. So see, these are the list of commands. Those list of commands you have to memorize, and you have to write those commands here, and it will give result accordingly. If you want to create kind of copy files from one disk to another, you have to write this instruction. So this goes to another section. So let's discuss about it in the subsequent video. No need to increase the length of this video. So let us conclude here the graphical user interface and character user interface. So we will be discussing about hardware and different components here. So thank you for watching.